Good evening, all. We'll be on camera in just a second. Hey, Henry.
Hello.
Clearing up our table after dinner super fast, and then we'll admit everyone. Hey, Toby. Look at Nicole's apartment. It's basically empty. Oh my goodness.
Nicole, how are things going? Sorry, so you're not on
No,
camera.
that's okay. Maintenance is here because my neighbor's tub backed up when I was in Chicago into my apartment, and I
Oh
had
my
already done
God.
my final clean and like been ready to move.
What a great final goodbye
Yeah.
from PLBRA.
I
Jeez.
know. So
Sorry.
because it sat there for like a week because I
Oh,
wasn't home, so he's
Oh,
trying to get the
Jesus.
rust out of the tub. Poor guy. So,
oof.
yeah. Anyways,
Sorry.
all packed up and ready to go.
My goodness. Well, we're
Wow.
gonna miss you so much. I'm glad that everything's, just getting near the finish line that you've worked so hard for.
Mm.
Um, I don't want anyone to think that we're not having the meeting, so I'm gonna admit everyone now.
Mm.
Have we heard from Jordan?
Jordan?
I don't normally, so
Okay.
Nicole, when are you moving?
Friday morning.
Oh, wow. It's a sad day for us.
Yeah.
Good day for you. Wow.
My apartment is sad. All my paint and decor is gone and
Wow. And how long did you work on the PhD? How many years?
three,
Uh-huh. That's
three
pretty
years.
fast, I guess.
I don't recommend full-time job and full-time doctoral program, but that's how you
You
have to do it
did.
sometimes.
Yeah, you
All right,
did.
let me put the agenda in the chat.
Why so red? Hmm. Hey, I was in this
Yeah,
two
look,
mile 2 mile race on Sunday,
nice, Dan.
peer-to-peer ocean race.
Did you win?
Well, in my age group of 75 plus, I came in fifth.
That's
Very
not bad. All right.
impressive. Ocean swimming is free swim is hard.
There were five people in that category. I came in fifth. Yay!
You know what? You don't have to tell the second half of that story.
That's true. I have to. It's funny. After my age group, they have an icon of a gravestone. So that's the next swim age category. I'll be in.
Oh my goodness.
You
Hey,
know,
listen, if we're
the
all lucky
floating
enough to make it
casket.
to that category, that's a celebration within itself, and I will take that win all day.
I have a friend who's sailing up to Oregon and back in 2 days in this catamaran that really goes fast. Isn't that wild? Okay. So what's up?
All
The
right.
meeting started?
It hadn't, but I just want to make sure everybody who's here has been admitted, and looks like they have been.
Yes.
All right. Then I will call the meeting to order at 7:04 p.m. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the July meeting?
I move.
Is there a second? I saw Toby first.
I'm sorry,
Uh,
who
I thought I
nominated?
I thought I heard Ashley say I move.
Yes, that was me.
Okay. Any discussion? I don't see any. All those in favor, let me know. Ashley, you voting? All right. That's all 6 of us. Next, as people have been saying, this is in fact a portentous and sad day for PLBRA. Our secretary, Nicole Andaket, has given us many years of devoted, faithful, tireless, and extremely effective service. And that's coming to an end tomorrow because she won't be living here anymore. So that's going to be a tremendous loss for PLBRA. I know that I speak for the entire board when I say that she will be very badly missed. Having said that, um, we need to uh, we need to find a replacement or at least a successor. Um, so first, is there anybody who would like to step into the job of secretary of PLBRA?
And Bob, does it have to be a board member or can it?
It does not have to be a
Does
board
not have to
member.
be. Okay.
I can't type that fast.
So
I
does
guess I
someone,
could trace-
does someone volunteer or can we nominate someone?
Oh, we can try nominating someone. Um, we can try nominating someone, and I suppose they could always turn it down after they learn of the nomination.
I can,
Well,
I'll volunteer.
Ah,
Whoa!
okay,
there we go.
great.
All right. Um,
Oh my God.
I'll second.
all right.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's
Okay. All right. Um, is there a motion on the floor to um
I have
elect
Henry as the
Hen-
nomination and Nicole as the second.
right. I want to say this carefully. Is there a motion on the floor to elect Henry Mantell as Secretary of PLBRA effective upon the effectiveness of Nicole's resignation from the position?
I so
Is-
moved.
Okay. Dan makes that motion. Is there a second?
Yeah.
I saw Toby. Any further discussion? All those in favor, let me know. That's all of us. Congratulations, Henry.
Thank you, Henry.
thank you.
Yay, thank
And
you.
thank you.
Thank you. What a guy.
Nicole, if you have a minute in the next before you leave, it'd be great to talk to you just to make sure I know where everything is and where all the bodies are buried, of course,
Naturally.
obviously. Thank you.
Oh,
The good news is every file I've ever worked on is in our share folders. And every email I've ever received is also organized into labeled folders in my inbox. So
I expected
when
no less.
Ashley changes the password, at least
wow.
you'll know where to dig for the bodies.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Wow, so organized. That's great.
All right.
Hmm.
Moving on. Current issues. Ashley, you wanted to bring up the issue of board member commitment and monthly engagement.
Yes, thank you. So, as we all just witnessed, our beloved Nicole is leaving, and wonderful Henry just stepped in. That really leaves myself, who later on in this agenda, I will nominate myself, if that's okay, for the event committee. But that's why I didn't want to step up for the secretary. I can't do both.
Yeah.
But that leaves Toby, Bob, and Dan with us, and Jordan, who I don't believe attended tonight. Jordan, if you're here and I don't see you, please hop off and correct me. But that leaves us. This is a community of about 10,000 people, right? And we've got to do things. We do movie nights, which again, Henry steps up to do. I know the Senior Citizen Committee is trying to get ramped up, but we didn't really meet any major goals this year, if I'm going to be frank and honest, and especially in front of our other fellow residents. I just want to be very transparent. I think we just need more help. And I think we need to put in a little bit more hours, maybe. I'm not saying many more hours because this is a volunteer position. So I don't want to scare anyone away. But I think we should really set a goal, one goal, an achievable goal. We can have SMART goals as like the SMART goal. And, come to each monthly board meeting how we achieved that previous month's goal and then one new one for the upcoming one. So for example, if we had started last month, we would have came tonight with, hey, here's how we either achieved or didn't achieve a goal from July. And this August, I want to do XYZ, right? Um, I think that's fair. And that kind of helps keep us all accountable, keeps something moving forward. And it all gives us a little bit of purpose, right? Of like, hey, I'm Henry's now secretary, and you are going to do something in August. You're going to get onboarded and trained, things like that. Or for our senior citizen committee, I would love to do one event, and that's such an achievable goal, right? So that's kind of my biggest thing that I wanted to run by the board, and I'm hoping that our attendees tonight are also on board with that as well. I don't know if that's like a formal motion or just something that we just kind of start putting in writing to move forward. Think about it. We can continue this conversation via email, but I would like some accountability, some extra timing with this. As I mentioned in last month's meeting as well, I used to be part of the United Nations Women's LA chapter. Lions Club, all these different things, PMI, and all of them had a monthly volunteer quota of some sort, right? Hours, spending your time somewhere. So figured this would help us achieve some greater goals for this community. That's my big thing. If anyone else has any questions, wants to battle me on it, please do. Dan.
Oh, go ahead.
Yes, so that sounds like a great idea. I could certainly use it because I've been saying I'm going to do, canvas so many people and I haven't done anybody. So, yeah, I'd like to have that as a goal for me to do this building within a month and then maybe move on to other buildings. I've
Yeah.
done stuff like putting up lots of signs for different events. Randy and I have done a lot of that. Um, so yeah, I'd like to do that, and we're going to need some sort of a spreadsheet for this accountability, with everybody's name, and then what their goal is. I guess the vertical and the goals. I don't know how to arrange it though.
Oh, I got you, Dan. I'll
You'll do it.
schedule. I'll make one for all of us. That's
Okay.
super easy to
So,
use.
so I think that would be good. And you can in Excel anyway, you can format cells based on the value within the cell. It's called conditional formatting. And for anybody who didn't do what they were supposed to do, there should be a big giant zero, and make it zoom in and out, in and out. That would be very inspiring, I believe. Yes.
I think so too. I was nervous. I didn't want to deter anyone away with more responsibility for lack of wording, but also I think we all want to do things for this community. And I think just a little bit more organized format of just one goal a month and stick to it helps us stay motivated and streamlined. And I'm happy to spin up a Excel sheet with conditional formatting. I love that.
So we should each have a commitment, right, for this month? Does that sound
Yeah,
good?
so we can do that async just because I want everyone to think about what that is. I don't want to put anyone on the spot. I'll get that Excel sheet spun up for us, and I'll do like a little board email, and we can have things submitted, and then come our next board meeting next month, we can have goals to present. Great. Thanks,
Great.
Dan. Toby, I think you had your hand up too.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you muted yourself
Oh,
at that moment.
sorry.
Yeah.
Um, I'm just curious. I know that we elect board members once a year, but is there a way, since we're so few right now, to do some kind of election if anybody would want to join?
So the technical answer is yes. Um, and there are a couple of ways that we could do that in theory. In theory, the board could elect people to the board. I've always opposed that, and I'm still not comfortable with it in most cases because I think that it is very important for the membership as a whole to um, get a say in who our board members are. You may recall from our meeting last month, the reason that I am okay with the way we are handling Walter is that Walter has in fact stood for election. So the way we're hand stood for election and was in fact duly elected by the residents, and due to various personal scheduling issues, he's simply not available for a number of meetings, and so he's basically doing us a favor by offering to resign, and rather than punish him by keeping him off the board for the entire year, I am fine with the board exercising its power to reappoint him when he's ready to return to action. But the reason I'm comfortable with that is that he did, in fact, stand for election before the members and was duly elected. The other thing we could do, of course, is try to schedule a full-on election, some kind of a full-on special election. I'd have to take a look at the um, bylaws to see if we can do that. But even if
According
we can,
according to the bylaws,
uh,
we have 23 vacancies,
yeah,
and those 23 vacancies can be filled by appointment
yeah, yeah,
of the majority of the current board.
that is correct.
That is the technical answer.
Yeah. Um, but I guess what I'm thinking is that my strong preference would be to have people, start volunteering without being on the board, and then, um, and this is in fact how some people ended up joining the board. They started volunteering and decided that they liked what they were doing, and the natural next step was to join the board. And that would be my strong preference, but that's speaking for myself.
Well, that's a good example because with our committee, it's dwindled, the senior committee's dwindled down to like 3 people. And Colonel Harris has been doing the bulk of it. He has a lot more time than we do. And he's been helping a lot. In fact, I wanted him to present, whatever progress we've made. And Ashley's, working with him. And it would be, and he would want to be, I would love to have him on the board because he very productive and he has a lot of time and he's very familiar with the DVDs and how to set all that up. And um, I think we'd make a lot more headway with another person there on the board because there's certain things that like now he would need a board member with him if he goes to open it or it's just, and Ashley and I are a little bit overwhelmed at times. So, I was just throwing it out there. Um,
Dan?
Yeah, there were a lot of objections to Colonel Harris because of some, from what I gather, rather um, physical.
So, all right. So, I mean, your point is well taken, Dan, but rather than starting to get into
yeah.
personalities, let me just state that under our bylaws as they're now written, he's not eligible to be appointed to the board, period.
Because why is that?
Because he was removed by a prior board from a position as an officer and not reappointed by that board.
Ashley, what do you think?
Well, short of amending the bylaws, you guys, Toby, unfortunately, you're proposing something that violates our bylaws and cannot be done.
Yeah, I think Toby, if it's in the bylaws, I'm more than happy to increase the committee members. And again, as I'll mention it in my report later, I'm happy to meet with Colonel. Again, not sure if he's on. And I'm meeting with him next Wednesday to supervise the storage look through for the senior citizen activities, like the DVDs and things like that that we mentioned. So I think a committee member is just as purposeful as a board member.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Is there anything more on this topic?
No, thank you.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Moving on. Do we have anybody here from government today? I don't see any names I recognize. But if there is somebody here from government, please make yourself known. All right, seeing none, moving on to committee updates. Community Service, Community Senior Services Committee.
Toby, I think you wanted Colonel to update that. I just wasn't sure. I can't see if he's on. I think so.
Not, according
He's
to
not,
how he's
right?
usually signed in, he's not here.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to see if he was under a different name. No, Toby, do you have any updates? Oh, you're muted. I'm sorry.
Sorry about that. Yeah, we haven't got a lot done. And a lot of it was because we couldn't use the room because we were waiting for the mold and all that stuff. But now we've found a place that we can use. There's a lot of work with going through all the storage and seeing what's there and setting it up. But Ashley, you said that next Wednesday I can help out too. So we're going to get started and get it going. And I feel bad because every month it's always, we haven't done that yet, but I think now we at least have the clearance, the go ahead. And if anybody else wants to join the committee, it would be great. We kind of dwindled down, but it's definitely doable. And I think we can make, some kind of goal for this month, for next month. So I'm still hopeful with that.
Okay. Dan, you have something?
Yeah, so I'd be happy to help. What do we have to do?
Help
So
participate in, yeah, like events, maybe any resources that individuals may need. I think, and Sam, my husband, will mention this later, but he helped a resident this month just work through built issues. And so, like, just things like that, right? Where, like, if someone just has, s- an issue or even just like is curious about something, connect with them, even if it's just, hey, we're we don't have any activities on a 1 o'clock on a Thursday, and maybe we can do something and connect the community with each other. Let's do it. And so, to Toby's point, Dan, next Wednesday we're looking through storage for old DVDs and VHSs, and we can start doing a day movie time, instead of Henry's late night ones, which are for a wider audience. This one would be for senior citizens that are like in the middle of the day.
yeah.
And where would those be shown in the theater?
We're doing them in our office. Yeah, not in the community room, but in our office. So Toby or I would have to be present.
Do we have a projection system?
We
So
do.
Colonel, mhm,
What?
we do. It's in storage. So we just have to find it.
Hmm.
I'm
So what's the next?
permanently donating the TV, which is very large, that is sitting in our office. I
Yes,
cannot imagine that there will be more people attending than can watch a movie on that TV.
that's true. Yeah,
You
that's
just
also a good
need to
point.
plug in a DVD player.
Yes, exactly. Which I believe we also have. So like really it's just getting it organized, having me make a flyer, and we're ready to rock and roll.
Can we put it up on that TV screen in the towers?
To
I think once it's
advertise.
formal, that's a great idea. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be good. I think a lot of seniors would be very interested in that. Um,
Yeah.
some of the older movies or new ones. Um, so I thought, so to clean up this mess, what's next?
I see you, Dean, asking when are you guys going to meet on Wednesday? Maybe we can just pick a time and get
Yes.
this work team going. I love it. Thank you,
Let's
Dean.
do it.
Should be in the
I
morning.
had
Should be in the morning,
mentioned
so it's a little cooler, maybe.
Um, unfortunately, I do work in the morning, so
Yeah.
I couldn't quite do it, but I was able to. Let me just see what time I confirmed with the
Quit your
current.
job.
I know. Why do I work?
Yeah.
Disney has enough people. We're meeting at Alex put this in the chat, Wednesday, August 12th at 3 o'clock. We will meet at Tower 39. And that's where we will start with the first storage. So I'll put that in the chat. I'll also just put my number so people, oh, thanks, Nicole. You just put that in. Um, and so if
Well,
anyone gets lost, you can message me.
yeah, Tower 39. That's the dry cleaner building where our office is.
No, it's ours is Tower 34, 36. Yeah, 4.
So where are we meeting?
Tower 39 is directly
It's directly across
across from 34.
where some of our old storage units, like the
Okay,
metal ones downstairs, the
I'll
cages.
find it. I'll find it. It says Wednesday, August 12th, 3 p.m. Tower 39. And we're going to be cleaning up stuff. I should bring a mask. A lot of dust and stuff, I would think.
Yes.
I have some minor explosives in case the debris is really compressed and
Yes. Love
difficult
it.
to dislodge. So,
Wonderful. Appreciate you all. Thank you so much. I think that's all this committee has to report.
Okay. Do we have a report today from technology and operations?
Just a quick one. Just major shout out as it's recording, so I want to make sure kudos get sent where they are so deserved. Jordan updated the notice to vacate on our website. Management informed
Mm.
us that it was an older copy, and so we updated that. We always want to make sure our resources are the latest ones that are complicit or compliant, excuse me, with management. And so he did that, and so feel free to check out our website. That's it for us.
where are you going
Thank
to
you.
meet in Tower 39?
Just in the front, Dan. We'll wait in the front.
I don't know. That people can get
No, it's
confused.
great question. It's great.
All right.
All right. Security and Safety Committee.
I don't know since Walter left who that is anymore, actually, Bob, because that was
Yeah.
the only individual for that.
Okay.
So if we want to see who else would want to take that on, or we just table that committee.
Yeah. I mean, I think until and unless somebody steps forward with an interest in that committee, we table it.
Safe.
Events Committee. Um, well, gee, I see that there is a nomination for new leadership in the Events Committee.
Yeah. So this will be my last events committee report. And my first order of business would be to nominate Ashley to take over as committee chair. Have any seconds?
Works for
Sec-
me.
Second.
Thanks all. I really do like events.
Any discussion?
I mean, I think yeah, I can just appoint her, I think.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Poof.
Nice.
Effective upon Nicole's resignation, you are the chair of the Events Committee.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Is appointing someone just a matter of you saying they're appointed?
Yeah, pretty much.
For committee chairs.
For committee chairs. Yeah, I can't elect officers, but I can appoint committee chairs.
Okay.
So we when we did the health fair, we thought, oh, it would be a good idea to do this the next time around October, and you could have a costume contest and fall into health. It's a time that we've done in the past. I took no action on that this spring because I knew I would be leaving. And today I got an email from one of our past attendees asking if we had the date yet for the fall health fair. I don't know if Lexis, the event co-chair, is interested. I haven't asked her, I've been out on that, Ashley. So I would say maybe talk to Randy and Lexi and see if they want to do it again. I would say October is now too soon. It takes more than 2 months, Toby. Yeah. So
You're talking about my Randy?
yes.
Yeah.
Because she's on that committee.
I'm her agent.
Got it. I'll have my people talk to your people.
Yeah. But of course, everything is in the folder, and
Perfect.
all the email templates are in my email folder. So, okay.
Fantastic. Thanks, Nicole. I will try my best and maybe obviously pushed out to maybe like a November, but would like to do something even if it's on a smaller scale.
Yeah. And then do you want to share about the bus tour
Yeah.
idea?
Yeah. So again, just want to like really hit the ground running with this. And I want to always survey the audience first before spending the members' money, of course. And so I was thinking, would it be fun to do a Mulholland bus tour? I feel like a lot of people don't get to see the uh, just cool things that are around our area. It's kind of like a double whammy of seeing stuff that's around us. You know, hopefully it's a funny tour bus rider, like at the Jungle Cruise at Disneyland. um, and it just gives an opportunity. We all go as a group. It would be a group package. And you know, I'd pick something that's like close enough at a reasonable time. But I wanted to survey the audience and just see like before I even set that up and everyone hates it. No one wants to do it. Just that people would think that that's a fun idea. We do it as a you know, maybe late afternoon activity or a time that works best for everyone and see our area. We live here. It's nice to just see the fun facts and the history and where a celebrity might live. So Dan, do you have any questions on that?
Insurance.
We have we have insurance for
Oh,
PLBRA. Yes.
I have a friend who does those tours, those exact
Really?
tours. Yeah.
Oh,
He does it up
okay.
the hills and yeah, he does it like he's retired and he does it on his free time.
Oh,
So
fun. He has like a big bus and everything.
yeah.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. So
Okay,
I
great.
can, I can ask him, I'll talk to you after we could get the details and what's needed and I'm sure we could arrange something.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I think if people want to like react or just, you know, again, Adine, thank you so much for saying it's cool. If it's a majority that agree, then I'll set up something and by the next board, I'll have a motion to approve something so we can purchase some tickets, get a flyer going, and make everyone you know, meet at a point that makes sense, and then hop on a bus.
All
Will
right.
Great
this
idea.
be during the day or at night? Because the reason why I ask is because the sunsets could be really cool to see.
That's cool. Yeah, I would I'll reach out to Toby first
Yeah.
and just see like because if
I'll
it's your
ask him.
friend, yeah, we'll see the options. Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Yeah, I'll talk to him tomorrow and run it by him.
Yeah. And I'm thinking like a weekend because again, the like maybe like a I don't know what would be better, Toby, like a Saturday or a Sunday.
Yeah. I
So
think he does do that on the weekends too.
yeah.
So,
Just
hmm.
um,
again, more flexibility on
yeah,
weekends
I'll
and
talk to him tomorrow. That's
great.
great.
Thanks.
It's a great idea. I think it'd be fun.
Oh, thank you. All right, that's all I had to report.
All right. And Dan, your hands up again.
Yeah, I assume this would mean that we would do subsequent tours of other areas, I guess, museums, whatever.
If whatever
Mhm.
the residents want for sure. So if someone wants to do like a group LACMA tour, fine, you know. But I think right now I still just want to see if it's trial by doing, you know. And so if the first one's super successful, let's keep it going. If we only have like one ticket sold, maybe it wasn't a fun idea. And so I just want to keep throwing things out there. And if it's successful, let's keep doing it. And if it's not, let's try something else.
Mhm. Good.
All right. Um, Next, member and community engagement committee. Um, um, One of the things, as you'll see in my report, is that I am hopeful of a very substantial um, improvement, thanks to city council action, in members' lives, having to do with RUBS fees. It's going to be a political battle, but if it's a political battle that we win, then we will absolutely have something to tout to members that will have a demonstrable direct impact on their lives. I'm expecting that vote to happen in the next month or two. And I'll go into a little more detail when I get to
Sorry,
my,
Bob, is that the Rubs vote?
it is.
Okay.
And I'll go into more detail when I get to my report. Um, Beyond that, Ashley, when are we planning on getting the next issue of the newsletter out?
I am still waiting on a few articles, and I need to get one from Katie's office. I'm hoping 2 more weeks. This week to gather more info, and Adine had some great content as well. So shout out. So maybe by next Friday we can get that out.
Okay, yeah, because I do want to make sure that we get it out in time to activate our residents, our residents if they're interested for the Rubs vote.
Sure. Is the so next Friday would be the 14th. Should
Yeah,
I?
that should be that should be enough time.
Okay, great.
That should be enough time. Thank you.
Mhm.
All right. Movies. Oh, excuse me, I skipped fundraising and strategy. Um,
Oh, God.
Don't think Holly's on.
no, I don't think she is. All right, so we'll table that one. Movies.
That's me. So we're gonna have two movies scheduled for August. August 13th, we're gonna do Spirited Away, which is a Studio Ghibli film, which if you haven't seen it, take this opportunity to come watch because it is genuinely a masterpiece of a film and one of my favorites of all time. And then August 27th, 2 weeks from then, is going to be 12 Angry Men, the original 1950s version, which I've actually never seen. So I'm really looking forward to watching it for the first time. And yeah, movies start at 7:30. Doors are open by 7. Feel free to come by. We may have bingo before one of them if we can make it happen. And so yeah, we did that last month. It was very successful. And Ashley, this is no blame on you, but I did have some very disappointed people show up
Oh no.
at the later movies when bingo wasn't happening. So I want to make sure we can
Yes.
make that happen again
Make
because
bingo happen again.
some people were literally like, I'm just here for the bingo. And I had to tell them, I'm sorry. It's not
I know.
happening.
Kiddo got
Uh,
sick, but yes, we need to do bingo.
yes. So that was very successful, but it was a great idea, clearly, because that's what people wanted to see. So we'll hopefully be able to do that again. But yeah, so those are the movies for August. Please come by. They are a lot of fun.
All right. I think that's it for committee reports, and now I guess it's officer reports. I've got two items to report on. The first, as I adverted to earlier, was Rubs. Um, the debt collective has now gotten on board with the position that we've been advocating all along since the report came out, which is to oppose the proposed one-time increase uh, in fees. The effect, if this proposal passes, would mean that basically no more utility bills, no more of those Rubs utility bills, and no increase in rent to account for it. There will be, uh, for those who might be wondering about the fairness of this, I will use my personal example. I got a statement recently from Park La Brea that had two numbers I found very interesting. One was my current rent, and the other is market rent for my unit. The difference was $500 a month. I am being charged $500 a month more than market rate. They can afford to, and I'm pretty sure that I'm relatively typical for those who signed up when I signed up. So, yeah, well, that's what happens when landlords get above inflation rent increases for year after year after year. So I am very comfortable that the landlords who are using Rubs can handle um, can handle the financial hit. They would only be charging me $300 a month above market instead of $500 a month above market. I think they can live with that. So at any rate, that's the pitch. That's part of the pitch that we're making. There will be a press conference at City Hall Monday morning, August 10th. The Debt Collective and I think PLBRA should encourage our members to attend the press conference. It's going to be by City Hall. I'll double check the time, but I think it's scheduled for 10 a.m. And I'll get that out. Can we use our comms to publicize that? All right. All right. So I'll confirm the time as soon as I get the Uh, uh, I'll confirm the time, and yeah, we would very much like to get our residents, um, our residents at that press conference. There will be a small handful of speakers. Uh, the other report I've got is on Dean, if you're referring to the if you're referring to the data's, thank you. And I don't know precisely where at City Hall. I'm gonna have to get that. I'm gonna have to get those details as well. Um, the other issue we have is canvassing. Uh, Park La Brea, as you know, has started taking the position that they're not going to allow political canvassing anywhere on the property, uh, which basically has the effect of diminishing our political influence and basically partially isolating our residents from the political life of the city. And in my opinion, at least, that is a um, direct and calculated attempt to um, reduce renters' interests in favor of landlord interests. I can't imagine why a landlord would want to do that.
What are they going to do?
What they're already doing is they are barring political canvassers from canvassing in Park La Brea. Anytime they find a canvasser, they throw them off the property. PLBRA has already passed a motion expressly inviting any and all political canvassers to come on and canvass. We want you here. We
Because
so that our residents are activated, are so that they vote. In particular, so that they can be educated about renters' rights issues. There are some very clear races on the ballot this year that are very much um, uh, renters' rights races. We want our residents voting in those races. Um, so at any rate, following up on the motion that I brought a couple months ago, I have located a potential attorney. Um, that attorney wants to do some more factual investigation, by which he means literally come to Park La Brea and eyeball things to see what the property looks like, see what access to the property looks like. If he sees what I think he will see, then he will end up agreeing with my conclusion. But obviously that's his call to make. If we get past that point, then I am hopeful I will be able to come back to this board as early as next month with a potential engagement letter for the board to consider. I have already explained to this attorney that this would be a pro bono engagement, and we're still talking, so that doesn't seem to have scared him off. So that's my report there. Dan.
Bob,
Oh,
yeah. So the purpose of bringing him here or whatever
well,
is to challenge Park La Brea, preventing canvassers from coming here.
yeah, the idea would be to file a lawsuit on our behalf or on behalf of a resident.
Uh,
Nicole, did you have a question?
um, I if this lawyer ends up not working out,
Uh-huh.
there's a lot of um, democracy activist lawyers working in the pro bono space, and I could even see a group like Indivisible, uh, you know, helping to dig up some legal support because suppressing political speech to the largest apartment complex west of the Mississippi River is a headline worthy
Yeah,
headline for a democracy activist lawyer.
yeah,
That's little d democracy, everybody, not political
yeah,
party affiliation.
yeah.
So I'm sure with some effort we could find somebody and defeat this.
I, I believe and hope that's correct. And finally, my backup plan, if the legal route doesn't work, is the political route. Uh, we can. In fact, I'm already starting to talk to folks about um, getting city council to basically um, override Park La Brea on this. And that of course would also be a long, drawn out fight. But at least we wouldn't have to pay money. Well, we won't have to pay money for this, I don't think. Um, but at any rate, that's where we are for now. So stay tuned for further developments. That is my report. Ashley.
Awesome. Thanks, Bob. Let me share. I don't know if I can share screen super fast, but my first update is I have been working with our LAPD SLO, a senior lead officer for this area, Andrew Jones, and we are going to do a PLBRA neighborhood safety walk. Most of you know that the lampposts are out and it's just dark, especially around Burnside Circle. And so I want to get someone out here. And while it's getting darker, I want us to do a walk literally with someone from LAPD and say, hey, here's some issues, right, that are happening in our area. Let's do a walk around PLB. It's not meant to necessarily be one full hour of like, here's every single problem, but I think just a good walk to say, hey, look, this is truly a lamppost owned by Prime that has been out for who knows how long, right? And so that is going to be on August 18th at 5:30. We would all meet at Curson Cafe. I kind of wrote here in the flyer, we'd start off with introductions, why we're here today. We'll do a group walk from the cafe to Burnside Circle and back. And then, we'll kind of close out just with, again, any of those final Q&As, what to do when you see something happening inside PLB. I see that happen quite a lot in the Facebook group of, hey, something's happening or what's going on over here? Who do I contact? Like it's good questions to ask this officer. So feel free to take screenshots. I would love to see you all there. It's one of the, again, many events that I'm trying to throw, a safety walk to kind of increase our visibility. If we wanted to keep doing these monthly as well or quarterly, even as just residents, again, maybe as like a neighborly resident to resident safety neighborhood walk, that would be fun too. So that's my first update. Again, that will be posted on our Facebook groups. I'll send out email reminders, and I'll put it here in the chat as well. Next one, it's August, and I am doing my FY27 OKR planning at work as well, if you can believe it. And so I thought,
Excuse me, Ashley. I don't know what OKR means.
oh, it's our objectives and key results. And so what do we want to achieve as a board in FY27? And I don't want to go too deep into what was done in FY26 or this year, fiscal year 2026. I think Nicole's going to go into that later into her report. But I really want us all to start thinking about, okay, in this upcoming year, start January 1st, what do we as a board want to accomplish? I do believe that we still have a little bit of an identity crisis. We're still, I think, trying to figure out like what do we want to do and be known for? I think we also still have a lot of reputation building to do here, if I'm being honest as well. And I see a few nods, and so I don't think I'm alone in that statement. And so just wanted to throw that out there. I'm going to start thinking of some for the group. We can start working on that in our like kind of internal ones, internal sessions to bring it forward to future meetings with the residents. But I wanted to address that here because please, if there's something that you as residents want the board to be doing, I do want to hear from the residents primarily. Do you want us to be a board that will sue on your behalf, or do you want, events primarily, other resources? Do you want us to do built walkthroughs? Those are the things that, that obviously we've discussed already here, but are there things that we aren't doing, that we're not doing well enough that we need to prioritize and hone in on? Email me. I'll put my email here in the chat, but would love to hear those ideas up with my own, but want the board to start thinking about what do we want to achieve in this next year, because it'll be here before we know it. It's already December, basically.
I just added that we should have adopted an annual budget. That's a standard practice. We haven't done that in a long time. And we have been, which I'll talk to in a minute, talking big and doing nothing, talking small and doing nothing around an actual fundraising plan and a membership recruitment plan for
Yep.
several years now. So I would beg this board to adopt a budget, ideally a balanced budget that aligns to the fundraising plan, and create an actual membership drive that goes in hand with the reputation building and the community survey about what people want PLBRA to do. I think all of those are smart.
Dan, your hand is up.
Yeah, I'd like to be able to distribute a flyer that would include not only information about us, but also bingo times and movie times that people will really be interested in, and that we are the ones providing this, and it might make them more beholden to us. Does that sound like a good idea?
Yeah,
I
sounds
don't
like
know.
a great idea, Dan.
Distribute the flyer how?
I put it at people's doors.
That's likely to be problematic. PLBR, Park La Brea, is going to object to that. They have
Why?
consistently, they do. They consistently object to people they call it a litter issue. They consistently object to distributing to our distributing flyers door to door.
And how did we do the newsletter before?
That's the
Yeah,
one thing. That's the one thing they allowed us to do.
Okay, we
I've
need
not
to
been told we couldn't flyer in the past 5 years, FYI.
We haven't tried, as far as I know.
Why we can make it look like a newsletter.
Yeah, I was gonna say one-page newsletter.
Sure,
It's just-
call it a
Okay,
newsletter.
I'm flagging this as a very significant potential issue.
That means no.
I
Hard
think
to
Dan
try.
should do it and then get scolded later. That's what I'm gonna say.
Ask for
And it
forgiveness.
hurts to ask and try. Yes, exactly. Just do it.
And
But
Sylvia
Well,
says-
also, Bob, sorry, just to
Yeah.
say, like, I mean, if we're gonna allow canvassers in here, those canvassers are gonna leave flyers too.
Yeah.
I mean, eh, we can't, I mean, if we're gonna let canvassers in here, we may as well just flyer ourselves as well and let them complain about it. But I mean, they can't stop us.
And Adine brought up a great point in the chat. The laundry rooms, in
Oh,
my
yeah.
laundry room that I'm looking at right now, so many people have flyers. I mean, that could be just square one already. And so there's ways.
Dan, you have more?
yeah, it was actually it escapes me at the moment. Sorry.
All right.
Good.
Oh
So
yeah. No. Is Sylvie still here? Did she retire?
no, Sylvie has retired. Mhm.
Oh man.
Jessica is her replacement, and Sylvie transitioned Jessica to Ashley and I in her final week, and that's off to a good start.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. So I do have a lot of homework for our board members at this meeting. So again, just to recap, the two things I am asking are one, to think of a goal that you want to achieve in August. That's like a very small, attainable goal. Again, meet at the storage and let's, organize stuff. Great goal, for a month of August. Henry, host 2 movie nights with bingo associated with them. Great goal. Love that for you. I'm like organizing everyone's goals already. And then the alternative or the second homework assignment that I have for everyone is the FY27. Like what are we doing? What are we going to achieve? And I can kind of break down like the OKR kind of breakdown of it, but basically with each kind of like objective that you want to do, and that can be like increase your reputation, better your reputation here in this community in like 1 to 2 ways, which is like your key result. Do it with like a survey of like a 20% increase of positive feedback, things like that. We'll work on that after, but I just want to start thinking like, what are we really going to start doing that we can actually achieve? Because just to Nicole's point that she had mentioned, we throw out a lot of ideas. I don't know how much has been done in this year. And I think Nicole will share more on that. I think that's all I have on my report because I mentioned that I'll be helping Colonel Harris next week in an earlier section.
All right. Dan, your hands up again?
Yeah, can we advertise on Facebook, the Park La Brea Facebook site? I don't know how much it costs. I have no idea.
The like the Park La Brea community Facebook group to market the PLBRA.
Yeah.
Oh, I post there all the time. People know Sam and I are on the board. Unfortunately, we
Should
just have a lot of people who aren't the biggest fans of PLBRA in that Facebook group as well. So again, that's going back to the reputation of like, I think people want to see action first. And I think we can definitely change our minds on we are great advocates for this community.
Okay, all right.
I know, but I see where you're going, Dan. I see you.
Going
All
down
right.
the tubes.
Okay. Anything further from your report, Ashley?
No, thank you. That's it.
Okay. Thank you. Next, Sam, Treasurer's report.
Sure. Really quickly, um, balance in at the top of the month of July was $15,173.47. Balance out was 15,000 flat. That happens once in a while. Hit just the penny. But it's $15,000.00 for the out. And it's just for the month of July, just our three core costs of Google, MailChimp, and Zoom. No member dues in, no donations, and no extraneous unusual expenses.
Okay. Thank you, Sam. Next, Nicole, your report.
All right, team. So I just have some notes to share with Henry now that he'll be taking over. So I'll share that today. And then the secretary at PLBRA email handle will also move to Henry. And he and I can share it for a couple weeks in transition, and then I'll happily delete that account from my phone after that. We have 92 members as of today. I wanted to give one final report on our kind of goals and metrics. I shared in December, so I just wanted to update everybody again. You know, we're now kind of 3.5 years, if we will, into some similar hopes and dreams, to Ashley's point, which are not substantiated SMART goals. And we don't have a lot of accountability, just to be blunt here, my friends, to actually achieve our goals. And I think everybody needs to take a really hard look at that. And I caution you that if you don't spend the next 6 months figuring out how to turn this around, PLBRA will shut down. It's not sustainable. It's shrinking. It's not growing. And by most observable metrics, we are failing. And I'm not going to sugarcoat this on my way out the door, because I only want the best for you and I only want the best for our residents. And I hope that this clarion call inspires everybody to change their behavior. And that is my point in sharing this. From 2024 to today, we've gone from 135 members to 92. Not only is that a loss of energy, it's a loss of $860 in annual revenue, which would cover about 4 months, of our costs. But it's also the exact opposite of our stated goal, which is to increase and expand membership. With membership comes power. And we are failing on this metric. And there have been, to be blunt, minimal efforts to do a goddamn thing about it. full stop, minimal efforts. And everybody is responsible for that, myself included, but I'm just, I'm just naming it. For the 5 years that I have served on this board, we have said that we are going to create a fundraising plan. We have never done that. We have no fundraising plan. We have no revenue plan. We have no adopted budget. And if we had not received this new boon of donation, we would be rapidly racing towards a $0 account, and we would not be able to pay our annual insurance or our routine operating costs and exist. We started in 2021, and I didn't have time to go back and look it up. So forgive me for this very broad range of money, but it was somewhere between $65,000 and $80,000 in our checking account.
Wow.
5 years ago. 5 years ago. And we pissed that money away for a variety of reasons and did nothing about it and never made a fundraising plan, never got serious about doing anything about it, and spent, mostly on the newsletter. And here we be. So we have no members, we have no money, essentially, and Sam shared a couple months ago that, we're now on track to run out of money in 2 years instead of run out of money in less than a year because of the donations that we did receive this year. But we don't have a donation recruiting plan. And we have absolutely no revenue coming in outside of the small amount of membership dues that is shrinking by the day, not growing. There have been some recent improvements with Stacy and Jessica in management communications, and I'm going to call it collegiality. And I think that's important because if we want management to give a shit about what we have to say, they have to pick up the phone when we call, and they have to want to talk to us, and they have to want to share their concerns and ideas with us too. Like Jessica reaching out and saying, hey, I see this is not on your website. That's a win, you guys. And so I'm just reporting that I've received statements from multiple members of management, Bob, that your style and leadership approach is offensive and that they don't like to talk to you. Take that for whatever you will.
Okay.
Ashley and I have been able to make inroads. While we certainly need to be tough and stand tall, on issues that we need to stand tall on, we can't be enemies. And I would beg this board to think really hard about how we balance that line and how we try to move forward. I have received countless concerns about my departure, concerns about the group falling apart once I leave, which, look, everybody is replaceable and I am not special. So I'm not saying this to toot my own horn on the way out the door. I'm saying this because the fear that I won't be here to support Bob has been shared with me by a lot of members and residents. And again, just member concerns or members who have quit, both, Bob, because of your style and what they view as your lack of really caring or putting in time on campus, showing your face, being visible, putting in energy and effort, neighbor to neighbor, versus just working an email or working a phone to a political ally or a contact to try to get something done, which is quietly behind the scenes, Bob, and a lot of people don't see that. And I don't want that to not be appreciated and valued because it is important. But residents don't see that. They want to see your face. And they want to see you fighting. Kind of like, what we hear nationally, like we want people who represent us to be fighters. Mm-hmm. And so that requires a FaceTime and engagement. And that goes to the community engagement piece. Our events are not growing. Movies are back and doing good, but again, like they're not growing for a variety of reasons. The community room had stalled out. Just things are very stagnant and take too long. And I think that goes back to what Ashley was trying to say about accountability to actually produce for our neighbors. We can't just have big hearts and care, because for the last 5 years we've had big hearts and care, and we haven't produced results, and we're failing. So I close out this report to say we are all volunteers. We're all here because we care. But I'm afraid that PLBRA cannot restore its reputation and turn this ship around without severe intervention and change. And I will cheerlead that happens and that you are all successful in that effort. And I'm always happy to be a thought partner should you need me.
All right. That's your report, Nicole? All right. Thank you very much. Next, public comment. Do we have anybody who wants to give public comment? I'm not seeing anyone.
Sorry,
All right.
Bob.
Oh,
If
I'm
it's
sorry.
okay, I'm sorry. I don't know if
Oh,
it's appropriate, but I just wanted to um quickly say one thank you again to Nicole.
of
Truly
course.
amazing, amazing person. I want to just plus one to a lot of the sentiments, and I don't want to just quickly move on from that, because I think again that's what we do a lot here, is like, okay, we say things and then we just move on. So I just, if anyone else has anything that they want to say or just chip in, like, please use this as motivation. A lot of those things aren't easy to hear, of course. Like, again, we're all responsible. I didn't do a bingo night last month because of time, things like that. And so I hold myself accountable just as much. But I really believe that we don't even have to wait for next year. Like, let's start tomorrow, right? Like, let's really use this as a catapult to really start making some change. And I'm gonna get some spreadsheets out to you all. And let's be champions in this community. Let's be the friendly neighbor. Let's work with management. If we have disagreements, fine, but at least it's like the sibling that you fight with that you still love at the end of the day, kind of thing, or at least, work with. And so at least talk with. And so again, I just don't want to move on too quickly and just like hear all that and then just move on from that. So just again, want to say thank you again, Nicole, for literally carrying so much of this for the last few years. Dan, you had your hand raised.
Yeah, thanks so much, Nicole. You're a saint. How are we going to populate this spreadsheet with the goals of the individuals on the board?
I'm so sorry, Dan. What was your question?
I mean, we're going to list goals of each person. I don't know.
Mhm.
But I mean, there we could have some accountability. Here's a list. It could be an agenda item. Let's go down the list and see what's happening.
Well, that's
Why
my
it was
goal. So
done,
right now,
why it wasn't done.
100%, Dan. You're right on. So what I'm doing on the side right now, I actually had my Google sheet up, is I'm creating a spreadsheet for us, and we're holding it accountability. So in September, I will flash up this spreadsheet in these meetings to be like, here it is, friends. We did not do the goals that we had set out for us, or we did. Let's be positive. Let's do it. But I will be sharing that, screen sharing, physically seeing it in these meetings. Or, again, I don't know how to do it in person. I'll figure that out on the screen, but at least in these virtual ones, I can screen share.
So, well, one thing I want to add to the next agenda is that we should have an item for breaking down that Nicole has left. We can all weep for, a minute or two that she's gone.
100%.
Okay. Does anybody else want to say anything?
I just wanted to thank you also, Nicole, for your candor and honesty. It's really invaluable. It's hard to do, but you're pretty much spot on with all of it. And we do need to hear that because, especially with you leaving, it is a little frightening to see what's going to happen. We're all going to have to put in a lot of, extra stuff. And you've been carrying a lot of it. And I really, really appreciate you and going to miss you a lot. So thank you for everything.
It was my honor. I think the quality of our community is only as good as every member that's in it decides to contribute to their neighbor and create a place that we all want to live in. And that's the spirit and the heart of this service that I try to come to this committee with. And maybe, Ashley, that's part of the phrasing and the talking points on the reputation building and the taglining, that we try to do. I want to be the type of neighbor I want to live next door to. And if we all operate with that spirit, we can get back to that pre-COVID Park La Brea community that everybody adored and loved so much. And it should be a place where we all thrive. So I hope that we do that in the coming months. And I'll come off my social media hiatus eventually and peek on you guys and celebrate all of your successes. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, Nicole, for everything. I don't know how I'm going to live up to your amazing work, honestly, but I promise I will try. But yeah, thank you all for everything you've done. You've been awesome. You really held us all together at times, so I appreciate it. And good luck with everything you're doing next. I'm sure it'll be great.
All right. Okay. Still no public comment? All right. Next meeting is September 1st in person. And is there a motion to adjourn? Ashley moves. Is there a second? Not debatable. I got it from Toby. All those in favor, let me know. That's all of us. We are adjourned. For the last time in the Nicole era, we are adjourned.
Bye, Nicole.
Bye, Nicole.
Well, thank you all for coming tonight. See you next month. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.